What's going on with me, guys? Okay.
If this was your intro, it was terrible. Terrible.
That's my intro. Okay. Yo, what's up, guys? Jairus here, and welcome to yet another episode of Jairus Inspires podcast. Hey, can I change my name for this? Just for this episode, can I change my name from Jairus to Jairus? Yeah, because our topic for today is how to effectively raise a model on social media. I'm just joking. I'm just joking. You don't have to hit me that hard.
You deserve also the other side.
Guys, my not so special guest for today, actually very special. You know this lady. You know this beautiful, gorgeous, stunning lady. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Miss Giada Baldiserotto. Woo! Woo! you're too tall for me. Come here. Come closer.
Leave me alone.
Okay, so guys, topic for today is not really about raising models. That's not what we do. But the topic for today is to build a proper what was it again? Forgot the proper dynamic. How to build a proper dynamic between a photographer and a model. Because I know all of us, like including me and a lot of you guys watching this, all of guys, we had to go through this. You know, we struggled in how to communicate with models, or even how to reach out, or once we're shooting, like what to do. You know, how to make them comfortable. So that's why I figured to bring Giada over here to discuss this episode, because we kind of had this conversation back in the
We
day.
did. We did many times, actually.
Yes, we shared some of our what you call this, like
Bad experiences.
bad and good experiences. We had
Good experiences as well.
and I assume most of your good experiences are with me. So, yeah.
We have
So
a really confident host here.
We're going to discuss those. Then I hope you guys will learn. And after this episode, you will be the most confident photographer who would reach out to all the models out there. And yeah, and you will learn how I reach out to Giada. We'll go into discuss that in this episode. So, Giada, how are you?
Should I answer honestly?
Yeah, sure. Feel free.
Pretty good. Pretty good. Really excited to be here.
Yeah. It only took you like 4 weeks to
Yeah.
to come over here since I invited you.
Cheers. I was busy.
Yeah, from traveling and working. So yeah, but I'm happy that you're here, and I finally I can hit you on your head.
I know that you invited me here only to do that, right?
Oh no.
I know you did.
Okay.
I know you did, but remember,
Okay.
I'm really strong as well.
Okay. Let's start. So Giada, okay. So before we go to the topic, and before we discuss how we built our chemistry, like, can you just give us a bit of background of Giada Baldiserotto in Italy, or wherever you've been in the past few years? Before Dubai, what or where is Giada Baldiserotto?
I mean, first of all, thank you for pronouncing my last name correctly 3 times.
I mean, it took me like 2 months to to learn that, but anyway, yeah.
You practice a lot. Like, okay, today in front of the mirror, Giada Baldiserotto. Okay, I can do it. Anyway, I am 23 years old right now at the moment. I know, I'm really young still.
No, you're turning 24, no? You're turning 23 in December.
I'm 20, yeah, I'm turning 23.
Okay. See, I don't forget birthdays.
Yeah, I forget mine though,
Exactly.
as you can see.
Okay. So,
So I come from a really little village in Italy. We're only 100 people.
yes, I remember that.
Yes.
Remember my comment?
Yes, there's not a lot going on there. But I always dream about exploring the world. I spent my childhood going around with a van with my family, and I always wanted to explore the world and everything. I got into modeling a little random and a little because I wanted to. The random part was I probably was, I would say, 14 years old or 15 years old, and my sister was doing some, you know, like beauty pageants kind of modeling.
Okay.
Something that I really didn't want it to do because I could see how fake it was, at least at the time in Italy. Yeah,
really?
it
Oh.
was pretty uncomfortable to see the situation that were going on backstage. And my sister went to this casting. She was supposed to go to this casting, and it was for a hair model job. And my mother was actually with my sister. Hey, take your sister. She needs a hair change. Take your sister. I was still a child, I would
14.
say.
Yeah, yeah, 14,
Yeah. But the day I arrived in that room with all those models, they chose immediately me, and I started doing modeling jobs randomly for hairstyles, hair models, kind of things. And the passion grew more and more and more, and I just wanted to do more. So I started doing and looking for more jobs, more shootings, more things that could increase my career and my chances to have this career. But the real reason why I wanted to be a model was because when I was younger, I was bullied. I wasn't a pretty child, for sure. And one day, I remember I was in my van, I was traveling, I was in the bathroom, and my mom handed me this package, like it was, I think, socks or something, and there was a girl on it. And I was like, you know, one day I'm gonna be the girl in the package. And the kids of those kids that were bullying me are gonna see the package and are gonna be like, oh, I know that girl. And the kids are gonna be like, Dad, I want this, I want this, I want this. And my face is gonna be in it.
And you got the chance?
Not yet,
Not
but I'm
yet.
working on it.
Yeah.
They definitely saw something with my face on it around.
That's
so
good. That resonates with me because when I started my social media, basically, a lot of people as well told me that that you won't make it, that you're just wasting your time, and I heard all of those, and I worked my ass off to prove them
Yeah.
wrong. Until now, I'm still proving them wrong. So it's something that you need to work on really hard. But I'm pretty sure they've seen your Instagram, the places you've been to, the
Yeah.
collaborations, the modeling jobs. For sure, they've seen those. So.
I give it still a couple of years before they're gonna see my face in cereal boxes, milk boxes.
What
Gonna-
cereal boxes?
I don't know. I want my
Not even.
I want my face on the Nutella box.
What Nutella box?
I mean, who doesn't like Nutella? Come on.
I was expecting like like lingerie or luxury bags.
Well, those as well.
Nutella. That's her dream. Okay, so you've been modeling since 14, and you started hair modeling, and then let's jump to your teenage years,
Okay.
or even just a few years before Dubai. 'Cause
Yeah.
I know you have a really interesting story before you went to Dubai.
Yes. So what happened after all my teenage years, working, studying, modeling, trying to make everything sure, was that actually, COVID hit Italy. As everyone knows, everything was pretty bad. You couldn't go out, there was the lockdown, everyone was really scared, and there were so many things that you couldn't do. And I was working really hard on achieving another dream of mine, other than the modeling, because I knew at the time the industry was completely dead. My other dream was to be able to move to the States and to visit all the 50 states.
Oh, yeah, I remember this story. I remember this. Okay, you're in Dubai. So what do you do now in Dubai? And then how do you do you do modeling full time, or is it a hobby of yours?
I have a full-time job as well. It's pretty challenging, of course, but I'm working also as a model, as side job. Hopefully one day it's gonna be my full-time job.
Yeah, I know it's something that you're trying to work on.
Yes.
Which I hope something that I could help somehow.
Somehow.
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah, and then we've been we know each other since I actually looked back on our post March. We started going out March, and it's been like 8 months.
True.
And I just realized how many places we went, how many pictures we took,
True.
and we did a lot of activities. So we did not just do shooting, we also explore different places and different
True.
activities, which wow, there are a lot. So yeah, so let's go to the topic. So it's building the dynamic between a photographer and a model. It's something that I was kind of surprised because I'm not really considering myself as like shooting a lot of models. I almost rarely shoot models, but I kind of find this dynamic really interesting. Like the first day we went to Sharjah, the whatever that is, Al Noor Island.
Noor.
We like, I don't know, like some way somehow it just clicked. Like the moment we met
True.
and then we started rolling, I was like, wow, like this is really interesting. The dynamic that we didn't even discuss, or we never had this kind of conversation, but we just we just kept on going.
Yeah.
So I want to discuss this for today because again I have so many of my followers or friends that struggled in dealing with models. So we're going to discuss that. So first question, Giada, let's start with being approached by photographer. Like let's get your opinion here because see, how do you properly approach models? I have my own my own style.
Okay.
But I wanna hear your side first. Like for you, like what's the proper way to approach model?
So, in my opinion, like what gets my attention, of course, it's a good Instagram page. If it's approaching by Instagram, it's to see the style of the photographer.
Yes,
And
very
when
important.
someone approaches me, I like to have someone with clear ideas. Because my first question when someone is like, hey, are you up for some pictures? Whatever message someone's gonna send me, I like to ask, what's your idea? What kind of pictures you're looking forward to do? Do you have, I don't know, a book or something you are looking forward to do? Even if it's something different from something they did before, I like when they have maybe Pinterest
Mood
board.
Mood board, basically.
Exactly. Just something that they can send me so I can agree or not agree. Because sometimes from Instagram, you cannot see really the style that they want you to have in these pictures. But also, me as a model, I look for a style that's compatible with mine or challenging to myself as well, because I like challenges. I like trying something new as well. So when someone knows what they want, most of the time I agree. And of course, someone that it's really kind and knows that if it's, for example, a collaboration, there's two ways of working it out. There's, of course, my ways, his ways, and we need to combine the ideas.
Yeah.
So I think it's really important when someone is, of course, humble, and but it's direct in the meaning that knows what he wants.
Yes, exactly. So that's also one of my style when approaching models. Well, I mean, for the record, I think only Giada is the one I only approach on Instagram. Seriously, I rarely approach models. Only Giada, and that I will be sharing the reason why in a bit. So yeah, being straightforward is very important, right? Being straightforward, like when how many times you've received messages, or even for me, how many times I've received messages starting with only hi, hello,
True.
how are you?
And you're like, what are
do
you
want?"
looking for?
Exactly. I posted that story, like, and a lot of people replied because they could relate. Like, be straightforward. Tell me what you want.
Yeah,
Especially if you're sending someone a message randomly from social media, especially from someone with the busy lifestyle. Just tell me what you want. Be straightforward.
True.
First message, what you want. Tell me hi. Yes. Say hi. Hello. How are you? Tell me what you want. Like exactly what do you want to collaborate? Do you want to hire me as a model, or what ideas do you have? Locations, whatsoever. Just be straightforward. And also, I
Exactly.
like when you said about the style, like their Instagram page, the style should stand out. It's something that a lot of us, like actually all of us, needs to improve in our social pages. Like when you look on your when people look at your pages, your style should stand out. Like they should know exactly what style do you have, what you are, what you shoot, you know. If you upload like different kind of stuff, if you upload sunsets, food, pets, portraits, it will be very hard for your style to stand out. So just try to develop your style and try to put it out there. Just make sure that your style is obvious in all of your social accounts. So those are really good suggestions. Yeah. Is there any? What's the worst way that you've been approached by anyone? Do you have any
Oh no, there was too many.
too many?
Way too many. Yes. There's of course the new page with 0 followers, zero posts, zero anything, with hi. And you're like, what? Is this a scam? What is going on? Why would I ever answer to something like that?
Yeah, true.
Or something like, hey, you're beautiful. You
Right? I know.
you picture? You picture? Like, what kind of picture? Picture, Saturday, 3 o'clock.
Oh,
Sorry, what kind of picture? No picture. We hang out, 3 o'clock. No. Oh my God. Like, I try always to answer to someone that asks for collaborations, only though if they respect something, either my opinion or a standard of a message. Like, hi, I'm a photographer, would like to shoot you. This is my idea for the board. I immediately look at those messages and I immediately reply. And if someone doesn't follow something like this, it gets me confused and it just makes me nervous. I'm like, why?
okay. Okay. So now let's go to how I approach Giada, which I think is interesting. It's very interesting. It's very, I can say it's very clever, right?
Okay.
It's very clever. Do you remember it?
Kind of
Yeah.
remember it, yes.
Okay. So I was watching my stories. Like I was watching my stories and I saw Giada watching my stories. I was like, okay, go on. She's beautiful. She's cute. But that's not the main reason why I messaged Giada. It's not the main reason. Because when I look at your Instagram account, one of the videos that stood out the most for me is the reel of you dancing in front of the sunset. And that captivated me like a lot. I was like, oh damn, like this is like what I envisioned in my content. Like this is what I like because I love sunsets. I love sunsets. I love the colors. I love the clouds and everything. And what more if I could add like a model or someone like dancing in front of my pictures or my videos, that I feel like my shots would be so much better with you on it. So I was like, okay, since I don't really approach out of models, like I don't really approach well, so I had to think of it. Like it took me like at least a week to think how could I like make Giada say yes to me. So what I did was I didn't ask you directly, if you remember. I didn't ask you directly to collaborate or to become a model. That wasn't my first step. So I had to think of something else. Okay, before asking her that, I had to look on other of her posts, not even related to modeling or to the sunset. I saw that reel you made in Italy. So when you went back to Italy and you surprised your family, your friends, and that also touched me because I did the same thing with my kids in the Philippines. So when I suffered the pandemic, I couldn't go home for like 2 years. So I also surprised them, and they cried. They were shouting, they were yelling. So it was very heart melting moment. So that's why I somehow related to that reel. So I used that reel to get Giada's attention. I commented. I remember correctly. I commented like, "Hey, I really like this reel. It reminded me of my experience." So yeah. So then I commented that, and fortunately, like Giada replied in 5 seconds. Like I timed it. The moment I hit enter, 5 seconds, Giada replied. Is that true?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, and then just kidding. I mean, I'm not sure if it took 5 seconds, but yeah. So she replied right away, and then yeah, that's how it started. We had this comment back and forth, and then I sent her a DM, and then after that, I didn't waste any more time. I asked her if I could invited you to go out, take pictures in front of the sunset because I saw your reel a few dancing in front of the sunset. So yeah. So that style that I did is not actually going direct to the point. It's actually, trying to use other method, other style to capture someone's attention. So you can actually do that if you think that the person is very busy. Like, for example, a lot of like Giada, like a lot of beautiful ladies on social media, they get these messages almost every day, so you need to at least somehow be unique in how you approach them. And that, I think, what I did is something that I think I'm really proud of it. Like, it's something that is very unique, I think, and that luckily it got Giada's attention, and here we are, face to face in my podcast. So
In his
how-
podcast.
that's how you do it.
That's how you do it.
I mean, you find it weird when I texted you, or is it what's
Okay,
How it felt
this
like?
was a long time back.
yeah, exactly, yeah.
But I remember that I think I was walking home, or I was going home from work. I was really tired, and I saw the message, and the first thing that I do usually is to check who is this person, because sometimes I know the person.
Yeah.
It's someone that maybe I don't know, I traveled with, I talked with in the past, or someone introduced to me. So I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna check the profile. And checking the profile, I was like, oh, wow, so he's a photographer, he's doing this, he's doing that, I love the videos, I love the style, wow, it's really cool. And then when you asked me to go and take this video, you were direct. You told me what you wanted to do,
Straightforward.
and I immediately knew that I wanted to do that as well.
Yeah.
I felt a little intimidating because what J. Roos asked me was to dance in front of the camera. And this was,
I said in front of the sunset.
yes,
In front
but
of the camera.
it's the same thing for me. So
okay. It's
since
just a matter of perspective.
for me, it was a dream. When I was younger, I always dream about dancing, and matching the modeling and dancing together for me was something that it was almost impossible to reach. Something that I really couldn't do unless someone really wanted me to do it. Because even if when you're modeling, most of the time you are dancing, so you're moving, you keep changing, you're not really, but you still have to focus on what you do. When you dance, you just lose control. You just go with what you have and what you feel. So when you asked me that, I was really excited. I was the most excited person on earth.
Am I the only one who asked you
To dance in front of the
Yeah.
camera, yeah. Yes.
the sunset? Not
sunset.
Wait, guys, let me interrupt this episode, alright? Let me clarify this, alright? See the screenshot? See? It says sunset, right? Sunset. So, Giada, who's lying now, huh? Let's go back to the episode.
Oh no, you deserve this.
That sounds so bad. I asked you to dance in front of the sunset. Sunset, not camera.
There's a camera, there's me, there's the sunset. Camera, me, sunset.
Okay.
It's like, it's a sandwich. It's camera, me, sunset. There is the camera, there is the sunset.
Okay,
There's
for me it's sunset, for you it's camera. But anyway, I remember I asked you to be natural. Like I want to capture the real you, like what
Yeah.
you show on your reels, on your Instagram. That's what I really want to capture. I want to capture the moment. And
Yeah.
I remember whenever you dance in front of the sunset, I never interrupted you. Like I was like, just do your thing. I was
Okay,
just in the
now I have a question. So when we were in the island,
Okay.
Al Nur Island,
Okay.
was there a sunset when I was dancing?
It's about to go sunset. Yes.
We were indoors.
No, it was the plan was to
Oh wait, in the museum,
that-
was there a sunset?
Wait, the
wait, everyone, wait.
the sun was there, but it's not setting. It's just about to set.
So the sun was outside the building while I was dancing inside the building, but there was the sun. So guys, always ask.
Okay. But still, we did what I first asked to do, right? Dance in front of the sunset. Okay. All right. Let's move on, shall we? Okay.
No, we have to fight about this.
Now let's go to the more interesting part. What the photographer shouldn't do during the photo shoot.
Oh, I like this topic.
Woo!
It's time to
Let's
raise
get
someone.
names. Woo!
Let's raise someone. Let's get them out of here.
You, what's your name? Don't worry, Giada.
You, I'm looking for you. So definitely, as I told you, first approach. Now I'm not a beginner anymore. I know that if someone is going to answer me this way to the messages, I'm never going to work with them because I know that they're not going to be serious when we are actually working together. But at the same time, it's important to be honest and to be really really responsible, but at the same time really professional, also when we are in person. So if you send me a location where I should go and present myself, make sure you maybe look at the place first before choosing the location, so you know.
Before sending the location.
And send the location correctly, but at the same time present yourself there either at the same time or a little earlier, like
Don't
even
do that.
5 minutes later.
That's something that I hate. Like you know me, I never like today we agreed for 1 o'clock. 12:59, I texted. Like, for
Actually,
me,
that's true. And I was late this
I
time.
mean, it's okay. For me, it's a photographer's job to be there earlier than the model.
Yes.
Because the photographer has to do a lot of scouting or whatever gear preparation. You know, so for me, I believe the photographer should be there the earliest. You know, so yes, for me, I always try to be professional. I always arrive on time, earlier on time. So yeah, so. As you said, you know, send the right location or at least somehow do research and arrive on time, which is don't be late, you know, arrive on time.
True.
Yeah.
And this shows a lot of respect
Yes, I love
because it shows that I'm not here for nothing. I'm not here because you're gonna play a game with me.
Yeah.
It shows that we are here to be professional together. And we're gonna create content for both of us, and we're gonna create content in a correct way.
Yeah.
Afterwards, if you present yourself in time and in the right location and send me the right location, because it happened to me that I've been to wrong locations, completely wrong. And people were like, I don't know where you are. You send me the location. You should know where I am. I mean, I cannot just walk around with a suitcase full of clothes,
Yes.
asking for people while I'm sweating, all the makeup off, all the work that I did before, because of course, as a model, it's important to do the researches. So the mood board that you send me is important so I can study the makeup, study the hair, study if I need to hire someone to do them. And I need to know the clothes in case it's mine things, or if in case it's someone else, what really they're looking for. If they're looking for someone more serious, someone more smiley, someone more...
It's something you should have discussed, you know, beforehand.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So you prepare also physically and mentally to be there in that shooting.
But surprisingly, this is something that we don't spend much time because I think we kind of know each other's style.
Exactly.
What each other want, and we never discuss that. It's just I don't
We
know.
know
It's
what's
just click.
going
Like,
on.
we know what each other's want, you know. So
Exactly.
so, yeah.
It's important to talk. When you arrive, it's a little awkward, of course. It's someone that you never met before. So you need to be able to do a small talk and just make sure what you two are looking from this collaboration or from this job. So when I arrive, I usually show myself in the right way, the way that they ask me in the mood board. And then I'm like, okay, so what's your kind of style? What would you like to do with today? Is if there's any questions that I need to do, I'll do it. And I need answer.
Yeah.
Once you're there at the job, everything needs to work out. If there's something or some feelings that are not feeling good, because I honestly sometimes feel like I'm not feeling good because I can see that there's no respect for the photographer for me, I'm not going to give the same performance as when someone I know is respecting me and respecting my ideas and my job. Jeruz is feeling...
No, I'm just fixing my hoodie. Fixing my hoodie.
Jeruz is
Okay.
bruising.
I heard my name. I don't know. Just
Yeah, maybe someone calling from, I don't know, the room.
Oh, it's also that's something that you kind of mentioned, that everything should be clear. Like everything should be clear what you want for this collaboration, right? So for me, I mean, other photographers, most of you guys wants it for portfolio, right? For me, it's not. This is not what I do. This is not my portfolio. This is not what I'm hired to to get paid for. All right, shooting models is not my bread and butter. That's what I'm trying to say. But I do this to improve myself because I almost never shoot models like is it this not what I do but what I love doing, but I want also to improve. I want to learn as well, and I want to be comfortable. I want to learn how to deal with models because again, as I struggled back in the day. I was shaking whenever I take pictures of anyone. This wasn't my thing. So that's first, my goal is to improve myself. And also, I want to support like people. Like always look for people with like hardworking and with passion and with dreams. And for me, when I always surround myself with those kind of people. Like right now, if you see my stories, like the people that you see in my stories are the people that motivates me. That's it. I don't have time for people who ask me to drink, to party. I have no time. I will only surround with people that would motivate me. That's it. So it's something that Jada I was doing, like also being inspired and motivated by Jada. So yeah, so that's my goal for going out with Jada. So yeah, it's good to have a clear goal with your model. Here's I want to add some tips. So one is like try the shoot as comfortable as you can. Like I think I mentioned this with Jada. Whenever we go out, I always want it to be. I don't feel like we're working. Like that's one thing I don't want my models to feel that this is work. Whenever we go out, we have fun. Let's have fun, and I will just be in the background capturing moments. That's my style. I rarely ask Jada, "Oh, can you do this? Can you do this pose?" Blah blah. I mean, I ask you that, but it's always about capturing the moment for me. Always be just do whatever you want, and I'll be just around sneaking the
Yeah.
shots. So that's what I always want my models to feel, which I hope you.
Yeah. And the best part is when, we're just hanging around, having fun, doing something, and Jiru says, "Oh, I think this will be awesome. Just try to do this." And I'm like, "Wait, I have an idea. Let's do this." And at the end,
And
both
respect
of
that idea.
us,
Respect the suggestion, whatever the model is suggesting. Respect that and try to do it.
just try to listen to it
Yeah.
because sometimes it just doesn't match. You're not
And it happens.
equilibrated with each
Yeah.
other and it will not work. But sometimes you get the craziest result. I remember when we were in Kafakan, in the village, in the whole village, when we did in front of the sunset, another sunset. Let's have other sunsets. And I was like, you know what? I'll stand here. I'll try to do this. And you were like, oh, let me try.
Yeah.
And you love the results.
And that's actually the best shot of the day.
Yeah, that was
the best shot of the day.
Definitely.
Yeah, and that's why you need to listen to your models. Like I know, yes, we are the creative ones. Sometimes we feel that we should control the moment, but you have to let them, be free also on giving advices. And yeah, it's about give and take. So yeah, you should also learn that. And yeah, so for me with Jada, I mean, just tell me whatever you want. I actually need that. I like that whenever you say any suggestion. I actually like that. I really like that because sometimes I'm just not in the mood, or I'm running out of ideas. So I need sometimes the model to feed me some motivational ideas whatsoever. So yeah, so I like that dynamic between me and Jara. And again, this is something that we never discussed. Like we never discussed this kind of. We never sat down and, hey, can you read that? Can you do this? Can we do that? No, it's just
True.
very spontaneous, right?
Yeah. I think the way our collaborations work is because we want the same things. We don't want to be doing something that we don't want to. I don't know, we go out, we play games sometimes, we do things that make us feel comfortable and make us feel like, oh, this is so much fun. Oh, it was such a great day. But the results after that, we can see it.
Yeah.
We can see the videos coming out of
agree.
it. We can see
So it's
the
not just all about work. It's sometimes
Exactly.
you go out just to have fun, just to hang out, play
Exactly.
games, which Giada always lose.
Try to say that again,
Giada always lose.
because
Another one. I have another suggestion. Okay, so
Please.
and this is especially here in Dubai. We are, since we are mixed culture here in Dubai, like you need also to understand and respect each other's culture.
true.
Like for me, I'm Asian, Filipino, Giada from Italy. Like I mean, the culture's way different, so you have to adjust. You have to also somehow somehow like if you know you have a culture that's you think that the model wouldn't really get or resonate, just don't do it. For example, food, like you don't want to like be eating your food in front of someone who never eaten those kind of foods, right? And also, for example, like music. Like I remember you mentioned this thing that a photographer played music from his country, which you weren't really,
Yeah.
you
During the
didn't like it.
shooting,
Yeah.
I was trying. He was like, "Okay, let's relax. Let's get in the mood. Let's play some music." And I was like, "Okay, we're doing a really relaxed kind of shooting, and the music underneath it's completely different
Yeah.
from what I would think it's relaxing."
The music is actually for him.
Exactly.
for
And
you.
I'm like, okay, I'm in front of the camera. I prefer to have no music in case, or just to put some suggestions out there. Because it gets really awkward. It can get really awkward. You're there or you're doing like a funny kind of shooting and you're smiling and you're laughing and the Titanic starts to play and you're like, every night in my dreams. You're like,
That's the first time I've heard you sing.
how am I gonna jump and scream and feel like really youthful if you're gonna play something depressive?
Yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah, that's true. If I would be in that situation, like I would at least ask the model what music she wants, because the most important thing this is the model should be comfortable, not really the photographer. I mean, it's good to be both of you, but prioritize the model, right? Because the model it would reflect the pictures. Like if they're not comfortable, it would show. Trust me, it would show. If the model is not comfortable in front of the camera, it would definitely show. It would be very hard for you to fix that in post. Actually, possible.
yeah.
Possible.
You cannot like take a sad face and had a smile on it. You're still gonna notice it's sad.
Yeah. Good. Is there anything else? You're good? You're good? Just jump to the questions?
Jump to any
All
question.
right. So yesterday, I got this idea to involve my followers, which I should have done from the very beginning, from the first episode. So from now on, I will ask my followers to ask questions to whoever my future guest is. So I ask a bunch of questions. We have a bunch of questions from my followers. Some of them are stupid, but we can.
Thank you, Raul, for your stupid questions. We
can
appreciate.
skip those or answer. I will answer them off air. Okay, so I'll pick one. Maybe okay, this one. So first question: what are the things Jairus has done to make you comfortable with him?
Oh, good question. I like this question. First of all, the first time we saw each other, he wasn't like, okay, we need to do this, we need to do that. He was like, oh, just to let you know, we're just gonna hang out. How do you feel about doing this? How do you feel about doing that? He asked for my opinion. So when we went outside, I told him, hey, I feel much better, especially dancing. I feel much better when I'm outside. And we were talking, just discussing. I miss being in nature. And we went in a really national park, like, natural
I
park.
always ask whatever the model is comfortable.
Yes.
I always adjust. Yeah.
And it's never a obligation. We need to do this. It's always like, what should we do today? How should we do it? What do you feel about it? And I don't know if I felt like I could speak up if I needed something, or if, I don't know, I'm tired. I feel like going home, or I'm sleeping. I'm ready to go to bed.
Yeah.
I felt like being able to speak and be able to express myself even if someone is more introverted, because Jirus is really extroverted. Me, I'm halfway.
Actually, I want to go through that. Like, you need also to know the difference between an extrovert and an introvert, which I struggled in the beginning, but now I understand. Like, those are completely different kind of personalities, and you need to like understand them. So yeah, Giada is a very introverted, but sometimes extrovert, but most of the time introverted. So I had to adjust. Of course, I had to like yeah, I'm very extroverted, but like I had to tone down my extroversion. I'm not even know if that's a real word.
Tone down my
I had to
extroversion.
adjust my extroversion for Jada, and yeah, it's something that I'm good. Like as I'm very again I'm a very supportive person. Like I'm willing to go through that just for my whoever I'm with to be comfortable. I'm that kind of person. Yeah.
True. So, especially when someone is a little introverted or doesn't know the photographer, most of the times we feel like we cannot say what we want.
True.
So, me, my experience, I learned to talk immediately, to be able to
Speak
to
out,
break
yeah.
that little wall that's between the two of us. Sometimes I had photographers building the brick by brick this wall back up as soon as I try to break it. So that make it harder. But with Jairus, we break it down immediately, and we knew that we could talk with each other.
That's also the advantage of having an introvert model and extrovert photographer because if you're kind of a different personality, like the extrovert person can actually somehow break the wall like right away. Like I can land jokes. I can say stupid stuff to make Jada laugh, and that immediately would remove whatever wall between us. But can you imagine like if the model is introvert and the photographer is introvert as well?
Yeah, it's just
It's just hard, right? It's very
it
hard.
can work.
It can work.
It can
Yeah.
work.
It can work. Yes.
It all depends on the way you feel the chemistry between
Sure.
in the job, especially when you're shooting something. Like I remember the first time we went out, we were supposed to go to the rain room,
Oh.
but there was it was Ramadan, so
Jokes, yeah.
it was closed. And Jairus was destroyed, and I was like, "No, don't worry, we'll find another place. We'll do it. We'll do it."
I was like because now I was like locked in. Like I texted the location. I made sure that no, we are free to bring the cameras and stuff, and I was really locked in. And then when I heard the news, I was like, I was destroyed. I was like demotivated, and Jada was there to, being an introvert, she was there to make me calm down.
Yeah, and afterwards we went to another place, another location,
Yeah,
and we
Algo
should.
Island, and we managed to get a better video and photos.
True.
Yeah. So yeah, there we go.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's go back to that.
That's the topic. So yeah, I hope you guys learned a lot from this episode. And Jara, thank you so much for coming in.
It was a
and,
pleasure.
sharing your experiences, and we learned a lot. I've learned a lot. I've learned new things from you, which I never heard from you. So I'll be honest, and I think I know Jada even more right after this discussion. And yeah, thanks so much. And I'm looking forward for more adventures, more friendship, and yeah. Anything you want to say?
Well, just if anyone have any questions about it, please comment. We'll try to make maybe a spin-off or in one of our stories around.
We'll do more. We will do more.
We'll
for sure.
just
There's more
talk
topics.
about it.
Yeah.
We'll definitely
We're just
talk
getting
about
started.
it. Getting started here.
All right, Jada, thanks so much. Thank you so much.